And now that idea of 4 channels, but with a need to have more power and more brightness, that takes us up to the DMX4dim-500. That's 500 watts. So it's the big version of the 4-channel dimmer. 4 channels. It is equipped with Anderson connectors to deal with the much higher power that's necessary in an application that might be drawing 500 watts. So I want to point out Anderson connectors of this size have 3 pin capacities available. There are 15, 30, and 45 amp pins. And if you do the math for 500 watts at 12 volts, that comes out to 42 amps of power. So if you are running at capacity, you're going to want to use the 45 amp pins, some very heavy gauge wire, and quite a very large size battery. So what we're seeing here, though a very effective demonstration with a fairly hefty lead-acid battery, this is a fraction of the size of battery that you would need to really make use of the 500 watt capacity of this dimmer. You might be hearing a little fan noise, and I have the lavalier mic clipped to my shirt in a position where it's probably picking up that fan noise quite loudly, but in fact it is quite a quiet fan. And that's necessary to draw air in on vent slots here, draw them through MOSFET power circuitry that's in the unit beneath here, and then expel the hot air out the side. All necessary to handle 500 watts of power in such a small space. So here we have some MR16s and MR11 lamps, and we'll bring some of those up just to show you, what kind of power we're dealing with here. This is a lot of light. This is just 4 35 watt lamps. Keep in mind that we could do 10 50 watt lamps before we're at capacity on this. And this is live DMX control. There is nothing that would visually distinguish this from running MR16 lamps from a traditional dimmer transformer combination, or running this size and type of lamp in the 120 volt version. They will look exactly like this. So in terms of lighting design, this is a good way to put this type of lamp and fixture on, say, a turntable or a set piece that needs to come in very, very quickly. I like to suggest set pieces that might have to enter from the left and exit on the right. Things that would be impossible with a tethered cable. So you'll charge your batteries at night and have tremendous amounts of power available to you in that kind of installation. And even use multiple dimmers of this type in one set piece. The Stratford Shakespeare Theatre, Stratford Festival in Stratford, Ontario, is using a lot of these and doing a tremendous amount of traditional looking lighting in set pieces that revolve and so on. And so it's not a presentation that in any way yells out special effect. It looks like traditional lighting design, but much faster scene changes and very effective transitions that can be done by eliminating the tethers and the cables and things that would otherwise get tangled or require some fussing in the dark with connectors, that kind of thing. So a real workhorse for high-power traditional dimming and lighting design with a whole new level of mobility.